Hello, everybody. It's great to see you guys again. Well, I should say you're seeing me. I'm not seeing you. But we're really looking forward to January 20th and 21st, but actually I should say to the entire 2015. And we appreciate you guys picking Tignum to help build the mindset and the resilience of the entire organization to win. And this is something that we feel like we're really set to do, and we're excited. Even though, to be brutally honest, we know that there are still a lot of unknowns right now, but together we're going to partner and figure those out. So Sumit asked me to quickly just talk about the 150 event, the Compass event on the 20th and 21st, and our plan so that you guys maybe would feel a little more comfortable with it. So the whole idea, of course, the big goal I'm going to say here is to tie in all aspects of the culture change and all the different streams that have to be done by laying the foundation of having the proper mindset and resilience, but also having the energy that the leaders are going to need in order to energize others to make this happen. So we know this is a critical element and the foundation. With that, there's a beautiful flow if you look at day one of the way people are talking about the different aspects, talking about winning with the brands, talking about winning in the marketplace, winning with continuous improvement, and then of course the final step, which is winning with people. And at that stage of the event, I will come up with Sumit and help introduce what is going to happen, why Tignum is involved, and what our role is going to be, but also to introduce the concept of sustainable high performance. The concept of sustainable high performance ties in so nicely when you look at Unilever's sustainable living plan and the idea of trying to impact 1 billion people around the world. Of course, here we're focusing on North America, but the belief is, of course, that that starts with a sustainable Unilever, which starts with a sustainable you, meaning the individual. And here we're working on the individual with a sustainable high performance plan. So we feel like the continuity, the language, everything is already coming together really, 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 really nice, which is our goal. Now, in preparation for this, as you all know, you're looking at their winning behaviors and measuring that. So here we're going to talk about what do they need to do in mindset, nutrition, movement, and recovery in order to support those winning behaviors. By having the opportunity to kick it off on day one, but actually we've already done an introduction in the introduction letter, so everybody has already had a little bit of an introduction with a tie to some of the concepts that we do. So we're hoping that people are quite excited and quite on board. On day two, we're going to start like we always do with a little bit of movement, daily prep. We have some challenges because of the size of the group. The opportunity to move 150, 170 people from point A of just, first building their awareness, then of course getting them a great understanding of the concepts, and then getting them to the point that we can fully engage them and they can develop their personal plan, and then most important, to get them to the level where they're actual advocates. Role modeling as well as leading this through the organization is going to be quite a task to do in one day. We're confident, though, that we're going to maximize the energy of the group being together. So we could have approached this by taking this group and dividing them up into smaller groups and running them over the course of a year, but we would have lost a huge, I think, inertia effect of getting everyone on board at the same time. So although I will tell you, honestly, you guys know I'm always honest with you, this is quite a challenge to do this type of group, this big of a group at one time. I think the way we're putting it together is super, super exciting. So on day two, we're going to start with movement. We'll have people divided into 6 different groups. We're working on being able to simulcast into each room and then having Tignum coaches support that simulcast in each room to take different groups through daily prep in the morning and self-massage with the ball. Then we're going to kick right into the introduction. Because we had the opportunity to introduce the concept the day before, we're going to do something new also, is we're going to bring up several people from within Unilever North America to share some of their stories. So we have some great stories. Maybe one of you guys would want to also do that, but we have some great stories from supply chain, probably CD Nation, some of the places where we've done some work. So not to talk about like selling Tignum or selling what we're doing, but actually to sell or tell or share the benefits that they've gotten from this so that people can clearly see the why. This, of course, will then lead into them filling out their intentions like we always do with the sticky notes so that everyone from here launching forward has some clear intentions about what they want to get out of this entire process over the next year or more to come. We're going to drive this by having cohorts together at the tables with each of their mentors. And we're going to ask those mentors or the leaders of the cohorts to actually help keep the discussions going. So because it's such a large group and we can't discuss forward and back, what we would like to do is present concepts, present a task or a question or something to work on, have the table work on it as a table, get the discussion going, and in order to help those leaders or mentors be successful, we're going to create a mentor booklet. And that booklet will have each discussion so that nobody would be stuck sitting at the table and saying, hold on a second. Sorry, everyone. I'm also in the middle of moving right now. So we have people in and out of the house and home office here working on stuff, and my dogs aren't quite ready for this. So anyway, to pick up this discussion, what the hope is that if we can create this booklet so that we don't ever have the situation where the table is sitting saying, well, what are we supposed to be accomplishing here? What are we supposed to be talking about? What is the problem we're supposed to be solving? The way we can keep that reduced is by creating this booklet that allows the mentor to have all the details of each discussion and what we're trying to achieve and accomplish in that. We may even have, I think our plan is to have a WebEx ahead of time with all the leaders so that you guys can see the booklet and know how we're going to make this flow. So we want to set everyone up for success. I know each of you would be part of that. So then as we move through the day, we're going to start with going over their Sustainable High Performance Index, which is where every person's current behaviors are. The Sustainable High Performance Index is a great tool because it's also a great learning. So for them, they already can see where they are, and we'll even have a little table discussion around that, which I think will be fun. Because I know without a doubt we're going to have a lot of opportunity for improvement, which the whole idea of the winning behavior of continuous improvement fits right in with these type of discussions, which is a great another segue or tie-in. Then we're going to kick off mindset, nutrition, movement, and recovery. In each of these, we will do it in a way, although we only have an hour to cover the content, we will interject with some table discussions. Some of those discussions we may even capture in the booklet. So to give you an example, in mindset, we often start mindset talking about the things that destroy your mindset. So from a resiliency standpoint, this key of awareness is very important. So we can have them make notes so that we could later collect that booklet from each group and have everybody's list on there, which helps us bring it together, know what some of the things are that we're even going to tackle in the future, and build upon that. And so throughout mindset, nutrition, movement, recovery, we'll have these table discussions. I should say movement is the exception. So we'll do mindset, we'll do nutrition this way, we'll go to lunch, we'll come back, everyone will go back into their room that they started with movement, and they'll do a power nap together. That will allow us then to talk a little bit about recovery. While they're in those rooms, we're also going to take everyone through the no excuse workout. So this is also a great opportunity to build on kind of that energy. Once we're done with that, then we're going to go back into the big room. We're going to tackle recovery, which we know recovery is a big part of resilience and a big part of the problem. We started with the foundation, the understanding that the group is already tired. And now we're asking them to climb another hill to even take on more. So we need to appreciate that, and we need to make sure that recovery, oscillation that you guys know about, but they will know about, is such a critical element of building this resiliency and this mindset. At the end of recovery now, we're going to transition back into this idea of winning behaviors because we have all their results from the surveys that we're doing now, and we're going to bring that back in and tie that back into mindset. So although they've gotten a little bit of mindset, then nutrition, movement, and recovery, now we want to really bring it all back into why all this is important in building your mindset and building your resilience. We're going to link that to the winning behaviors. Then we're going to link that to they can't have those behaviors unless they change themselves first. So me being the most important part of this journey. Then we're going to help them develop their personal plan, and then they're going to create their to-be vision as a leader. We feel like this will be really, really powerful because if you look at this whole journey, they now tied it into reviewing their 2014 accomplishments. They've looked at the context of the bigger organization and all the culture change elements. They've looked at the key here being winning with people and me being one of those people having to do that. Then building themselves from the ground up in sustainable high performance, and now how their mindset is going to be such a key component of that and tying that into their winning behaviors. And then finally leaving with the most powerful part, which is their own to-be vision of themselves being able to do that. Then we'll wrap the day up, and of course then the next step is going to be the follow-up. Some of the follow-up we're still doing. still working on, but one of the concepts that we have is, of course, the one-on-one coaching. So I personally will coach each of you going through this process, because you as leaders of a functional group will then be able to talk in our coaching of how we bring that down through your organization. We'll also then have the other leaders of the cohorts or mentors coached by Patty and Chris, and they'll be capturing the same thing. As you guys have cohort meetings, we would like to participate in each of them and to have a small section on sustainable high performance. What are we doing to keep this mindset and this resilience going forward? At the same time, we know that there are sites. So whether it's Trumbull, whether it's Englewood Cliffs, wherever it is, we're going to be working with site leaders to figure out how the best way is to do that. But the ultimate goal is, because we're moving fast, we have very little time, we can't create a perfect plan yet. The plan needs to evolve. And that's why, coming full circle back to my initial comment with you guys, we are your partner in doing this. Like you, we don't have all the answers yet, but we're going to figure them out. And we're excited to do it, and we know it's going to be successful. So I hope this was helpful in letting you guys understand our plan, and we're looking very forward to getting moving with it. So I hope you guys have a great meeting, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Cheers.